Hey again, it's Boo, and I'm back. I wasn't going to do this one for a while, but a couple of people have requested that I kick up the time frame for it. I was going to do this more after I got back from vacation and towards fall, but happy to do it now. So, this one is a comparison video between three different fragrances, and I kind of talked about it before I touched base that I was going to do this, and it was in I think a favorites video, but or maybe it was at 10 questions. Anyway, it's these three. It's on these three: Ombre Narguile compared to Haram by Brecourt and Dolcelisir by, oh, I never can say this name, Bellario Lodi. Bellario Lodi. So anyway, I'm going to start off with Ombre Nail, or Narguile, or I don't know how you say it. And I have several of these travel size bottles. This is one of my husband's favorites, and it's definitely one of mine. This, in my opinion, is kind of a spiced apple pie smell. And I'll read you the notes. I'm gonna, go over those again so that y'all, kind of remember because most people know what Ombre Narguile is like, but it is pretty expensive. So that's why I want to go over these other two, because in comparison, they're way cheaper, way cheaper. So this was Ombre Narguile, another one of Jean-Claude Elena's babies here by the Hermes line, from the Hermes line. It's a fruited amber honey mixed with the spiral curls of the smoke of a blonde tobacco. It conveys the Orient, hot, voluptuous, inspired by the savory scents of the hookah, a sweet intoxication. And it says, is that ginger? Yeah, ginger, incense, honey, and amber is what it has listed as the notes. I'm sure that's a very abbreviated version of the notes. I'm sure there's more than that. But, and those notes together make this come across. Even my husband, who I've said before got a chemical burn in his sinuses, so he can't pick out a lot of really distinct notes, like florals and things like that. But when he smelled this, he was like, ooh, spiced apples. That smells good, And that is what it smells like, but it's more than that. It's so much more than that. It's warm, and it's vanillic, and it's ambery, and it's cinnamon, and I totally have been rocking this at night during the summer. I know it's mostly supposed to be a fall winter scent, but I have to wear this year round. And every time I smell it, now I'm going to wear it for like a week, because I smelled her. It's just like I told you on that last video I did, the video I did just about Ombre Nail and my love affair with her. I have now taken a whiff. I have kept away from her for quite some time so that I can explore my other fragrances without wearing this every other day. Oh my gosh. And now I'm hopelessly hooked forever again. And yes, in fact, oh, whew, that's good stuff. And so now I want to talk about the other two less expensive, because everybody knows this is big bang bucks for a full bottle. So these other two are much less expensive, and they really are comparable. This one is Haram. You see that? There we go. By Brecourt. And now this one you can get on eBay, I think, for like $85, and you can get it on the Brecourt website, which I believe is in France, so it takes a long time to ship. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, even though I have ordered a couple of theirs from the website, including samples and stuff. They're really good about doing samples. But on IndieSense, which is a part of Lucky Sense, I guess, this is $60. So I don't know how they do that when the perfumer, they're selling it cheaper than the perfumer. So, anyway, this is fabulous. This really, and when I first read, when I was doing the Ombre Naguila, or Narguile, or Nargile video, and I saw that people had said it smells similar to, yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't smell similar to anything at all. It's so unique and original. Well, it is. There's nothing that smells exactly like it, but this one's close. Hence my eat crow. I know better than to say never and use absolutes like that, like I've said before, and I did. So I totally deserve to do this. I deserve to have to do this, and I was wrong. I was completely wrong, because Haram smells so similar to Ombre Naguila. The only difference is with this one is this is a little sweeter and little less spicy than Ombre Naguila, to my nose. And I'll tell you the ingredients. Haram, this was launched in 2010. It's a woody, spicy fragrance inspired by the Oriental and exotic culture. It is created by the parfumerka Emile Bouge, the founder of Brecourt. Top notes are bergamot, cinnamon, and styrax. Hard is date, leather, cedar, and honey. Base is tonka patchouli, labdanum, benzoin, and musk. And see, I think that's part of it, is you got the honey note there, just like you do Ombre Naguila. And yeah, it looks like that's about it. Because it's incense, and then what was incense, amber, and ginger is all that's listed for Ombre Naguila. But Haram, we've got dates, honey, cinnamon, and see, on Ombre Naguila they don't even have cinnamon listed, and I know it's in there. So not all the notes are always listed on Fragrantica. Best place to look is on the perfumer themselves, and sometimes they don't even list all the notes, and they'll only list some of them because they don't want to give up that exact recipe that makes up their fabulous fragrances. So yeah, a lot of times you only get bits and pieces of notes, and you kind of got to use your own nose to fill in the blanks. So this Haram, it says dates, honey, benzoin, tonka, cinnamon, patchouli, French labdanum, leather, styrax, musk, bergamot, and Virginia cedar. And truly, 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 this is like a sweetened version of this for $60, and this is a 1.7 if I'm not mistaken. 1.6. No, 1.7. This is 1.7. And I don't think they have 1.7s. I think Ombre Naguila only comes in the travel size, which these are 15 mLs. And the full bottle, which is 3.4, I believe, and that's mass bucks. I want to say it's like $260 or something like that for a full bottle. $60 on IndieSense, $85 on eBay. So choice is yours on that one. This one's a little sweeter, little less spicy to my nose than Ombre Naguila. And the other one, I actually have a fourth one. It's Absolute Vanille by La Maison de la Vanille, I think it's called. And it smells kind of similar to Dolcelisir by Vallario Lodi. But I'll do another comparison video between Dolcelisir and Absolute Vanilla. This one is really good. And this you can get on Amazon for like $60 right now. And I paid a little more than that for this, but not much. And this is a... what size is this? This looks bigger. This looks like a 2-ounce bottle. Looks bigger than a 1.7. I apologize. Oh, this is 100. Well, there you go. It's definitely bigger than a 1.7. This is 100 full bottle ml. And I mean, I paid, I think it was like $70 for it. and it's so good. Now, everybody knows that Ombre Nail, it has great, great sillage, good projection, really good lasting powder. Power. Haram by Brecourt is a little closer to the skin, not much though, especially if you put it on your clothes, it projects a little better and in the heat. See, I've been wearing this summer too because it has less spices, less cinnamon, in it than Ombre Nail or Dolcelisir. So I've been rocking it this summer, even though I've been rocking the other ones too. But this one I've been wearing the most. And it's the cheapest of the three. Well, it's almost, well, not quite. I guess the Dolcelisir is. But like I said, this one's a little sweeter. It's a little closer to the skin. Sillage is actually pretty good. Projection, like I said, it's fairly close compared to Ombre Nail. And it lasts pretty good, better on the clothes than skin. This one, Dolcelisir, actually is kind of a projection beast at first, but then it pulls in pretty quickly. Within an hour, it's pulled in pretty good, and it stays, about average sillage, about average projection, and staying power is pretty good. So that's the difference for those things. And like I said, this one is much spicier. I'm going to read you the ingredients on this one as well. Oh man, I better check. I've been babbling. Do I have enough time? Ooh, if I cut it quick. So Dolcelisir by Bellario. I'm just going to go with the pictures instead of all the frou-frou stuff. This says there's caramel, cinnamon, cacao, and remember, cacao is just the cocoa bean itself, whereas cocoa is when the cacao is put in powdered form and used in cooking and fragrances and things like that. That's cocoa. So that's the difference between cacao and cocoa. Cacao is the bean, cocoa is the powder. Benzoin, rum, vanilla, tonka, amber, rose, orange, musk, jasmine, bergamot, immortelle, and lily of the valley. And I don't smell all of that. I smell, the cinnamon and the vanilla and some of the resins and maybe a little musk. I don't get a whole lot of any other florals or fruits or caramel. I don't get that. This is what I picture. You start baking an apple pie, and I don't know how to bake an apple pie. You cook all the apples, and you're getting them ready, and you're just getting all the butters and all of the sugars together, and maybe you're using a little honey in the crust and making the dough. And so that's what Haram smells like, that stage of the apple pie, where you're just getting all the ingredients together, but the main notes is more the sweet apples and just a hint of the spices in the air and a hint of the honeys. And then Ombre Nail is when you've added the spices to that pie, but you haven't cooked it yet. So the spices haven't mingled as much and come out quite as strongly as they're going to down the road. But everything is mixed and just starting to cook, just starting to go together, and all the spices are really starting to come out, and that apple pie and crust kind of smell is starting to come out. That's Ombre Nail. Dolcelisir is like when the pie is done, the house is filled with this aroma of mostly spices because the apples have now cooked down, and the heat has just brought all those spicy aromas out into the forefront. So you've just walked into your house for being outside for a half an hour, and the pie is done, the buzzer's going off, and you walk in and you're hit with this fabulous blast of spices and apple. And my mouth is salivating already. That's what Dolcelisir is like. That's kind of, in my opinion, the way these three kind of intertwine with each other is how my nose perceives it. So, Anyway, I hope that helps. And oh, this is like I said, Amazon, real cheap. This is not cheap. Hermes website would be the best place to get that. Get the travel packs. It's like $145. You can get 4 Ombre Narguiles, or you can mix and match, whatever. And this is 60 on IndieSense. So you've got options. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and peace.